Thomas Rhett hilariously auditioned 4 Blake Shelton lookalikes. Rhett held the auditions at Shelton's bar, Ole Red, in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. He explained that Shelton couldn't make it for any of the filming we were going to do today, so we had to find the next best option. We decided to find 4 Blake lookalikes, and some of them don't look like Blake at all, but some of them act like Blake. We have 4 strong candidates just to fill Blake's spot for this, little piece of content here. Rhett said he and his team had to get creative when Shelton wasn't able to join him in person. He confirmed when he shared a snack peek on Instagram on Thursday afternoon, July 24, that the full video drops tomorrow. You won't want to miss this, hahaha. Rhett recently teamed up with Blake Shelton and Jordan Davis on new tracks added to his latest studio album, About a Woman. The new 22-track edition of the album arrived one day before Rhett took the stage at Fenway Park in Boston, Massachusetts. Both moments, the collaboration with Shelton and the Fenway Park headlining show, were 2 of my biggest career bucket list dreams, Rhett previously said in a statement. He shared a heartfelt post after the show, sharing the moment with his wife, Lauren Atkins, and the couple's 4 young daughters, Willa Gray, 9, Ada James, 7, Lennon Love, 5, and Lily Carolina, 3. Thomas Rhett is many things: country superstar, family man, songwriter, and all-around crowd charmer. But fans were treated to a whole new side of the artist recently when he hilariously embarked on a playful mission to find not 1, not 2, but a surprising collection of Blake Shelton lookalikes. And when Rhett's humor collides with Blake Shelton's unmistakable personality and towering presence, the result is pure country comedy gold. In a moment that quickly took the internet by storm, Rhett, known for hit songs and heartwarming family stories, turned his keen eye towards something far less musical, but equally entertaining, spotting Blake Shelton doppelgangers in the wild. Whether it was in a crowd at a fairground, backstage at a country festival, or even while passing through an airport, Rhett made it his business to point out every man who bore even a passing resemblance to the voice icon. The whole bit felt like a country music spin on Where's Waldo, except this time, it was Where's Blake? What started as a casual joke escalated quickly into something fans couldn't get enough of. Cameras captured Rhett narrating his hilarious discoveries with an energy that only comes when you know the person you're mocking would take it all in good humor. Dressed in his usual laid-back flannel and sporting a mischievous grin, Rhett couldn't help but call attention to every cowboy hat, graying beard, or tall man in a plaid shirt with the signature Blake Shelton vibe. The first Shelton sighting happened backstage at a festival, where a towering production crew member caught Rhett's attention. With a laugh, Thomas turned to the camera, declaring that if Blake ever needed a body double, this guy would be the obvious choice. Fans watching the footage couldn't help but agree. The resemblance wasn't exact, but the aura was unmistakable. Same broad-shouldered swagger, same casual cool, same devil-may-care expression that makes Blake Shelton such a fan favorite. As Rhett moved through different venues, he continued pointing out new lookalikes. One wore a camo jacket and jeans, another had the signature stubbled jawline and backwards ball cap, while another even had the signature Shelton hair swoop and Oklahoma twang. What made it all the more amusing was Rhett's commentary. He delivered the whole bit with perfect comedic timing, imitating Blake's deep country drawl and even mimicking the coach's goad hand gestures from The Voice. At one point, Thomas stopped in his tracks and shouted out to a group of fans, joking that he found Blake number 4 in the beer line. The unsuspecting man, who genuinely looked confused, raised his can and toasted the crowd, likely unaware he'd just become part of a viral joke. The audience roared with laughter as Rhett egged on the moment, offering the Fog Blake a pretend chair turn and declaring him Team Blake for life. Though the entire bit was meant in good fun, it quickly snowballed into something more. Fans began posting their own Blake Shelton lookalikes on social media, tagging Rhett and using the hashtag #BlakeWatch. From uncles at backyard BBQs to bar patrons in honky-tonks from Nashville to Nebraska, Blake's unofficial army of doppelgangers began to rise, united not by music, but by flannel, facial hair, and charm. The reaction didn't take long to reach Blake himself. Always one to lean into a joke, Shelton reposted one of the clips on his social media with a simple caption, "Guess I've got clones. Should I be concerned?" The comments poured in from fans and fellow country stars alike. Gwen Stefani even chimed in with a series of crying laughing emojis and a tongue-in-cheek warning for Thomas to quit stealing her man. Of course, Blake's reaction only added fuel to the fire. When The Voice aired later that week, cameras briefly cut to an audience member who looked suspiciously like Shelton himself. And fans wondered if it was just another Rhett plant or pure coincidence. Either way, it proved the point. Blake Shelton's look is iconic, and country fans everywhere seem to know someone who matches the mold. Thomas Rhett has always had a way of making people smile, whether through his music or his open-hearted posts about fatherhood. But this spontaneous hunt for Blake-alikes showcased another side of him, the country prankster with impeccable timing and a great eye for comedy. It also reminded fans that even in a genre as rooted in tradition as country music, there's always room for a little mischief. What stood out most wasn't just the hilarity of the lookalikes themselves, but the way Rhett tied it all together. With every person he found, he added another layer to the inside joke, often referencing Blake's quirks on The Voice, his over-the-top competitiveness, his tendency to flirt with everyone, and of course, his obsession with reminding people that he's the longest-running coach in the show's history. In one particularly viral clip, Rhett pretended to conduct a Fox audition in front of a Blake 3.0, using a beer can as a microphone and singing an exaggerated country version of God's Country. With a dramatic fake chair turn and over-the-top coaching advice, he turned the moment into a hilarious parody of The Voice itself. Fans watching online praised the skit, noting Rhett's uncanny ability to poke fun without ever crossing the line into meanness. Blake Shelton, known for his own love of pranks, took it all in stride. In an interview following the lookalike saga, he laughed off the entire thing and gave Thomas full credit for the creativity. "Leave it to Thomas to turn a bunch of dudes in cowboy hats into comedy gold," he joked. "Honestly, half those guys looked better than me anyway." That good-natured response only made fans love Blake more. It also reaffirmed the bond between these two country giants. While they may not often share a stage musically, their mutual respect and shared sense of humor bridges generations of fans who love both their styles. Blake, the rough-around-the-edges veteran, and Thomas, the polished family man with modern flair, create a duo that's dynamic even when they're just cracking jokes. Behind the humor, the moment also sparked a playful reflection on what makes someone iconic. Blake Shelton, with his tall frame, signature voice, and devil-may-care attitude, has become more than a country star. He's become a cultural symbol. So much so that spotting his lookalikes has become an event in itself. Whether it's the cowboy hat, the boots, the slight Oklahoma drawl, or just the Shelton swagger, fans across the country are seeing a little bit of Blake in everyone. For Thomas Rhett, the whole thing may have started as a joke, but it ended up becoming a fan-favorite bit that highlighted his personality and creative spark. While most artists stick to singing and touring, Rhett proves he's got a little comedy host in him too. His light-hearted Blake hunt added levity and laughter to the country scene, giving fans a much-needed moment of joy in a year full of heavier headlines. It's moments like these, unscripted, spontaneous, and joyfully authentic, that remind audiences why they fell in love with country music personalities in the first place. Behind the polished performances and award show glamour are real people who love to laugh, tease, and connect. Rhett's playful spotlight on Shelton's lookalikes brought fans together in the most unexpected way, reminding everyone that country music is as much about community and fun as it is about songs and stages. In a world where celebrities can often feel distant, this light-hearted escapade brought fans closer than ever. Whether you're on Team Blake, Team Thomas, or just in it for the laughs, one thing's for sure: The next time you see a tall guy in a flannel shirt and boots, you'll probably do a double take too. And if Thomas Ritz anywhere nearby, you can bet he's got his Blake-o-meter running at full speed. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe to our American Idol YouTube channel for more updated news.